Well, hello, my beautiful YouTube family. We're just going to kick it off nice and slow. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing that. I just kind of get up and go now. So I'm going to tend to some smaller things, just focusing on the animals, like making breakfast with the eggs from the hens, just, making a little DIY hummingbird syrup. So kick back and relax with me. Oh, who says kick back anymore? One thing that has been the most challenging but the most rewarding putting the work in is bringing life and creating an ecosystem here on our property. Erin is just a green thumb through and through. We have a million different cactus, which you guys have seen, and I have recently really tended to this little triangle garden that we built together a couple episodes back. And I have like shishitos, tomatoes, a random cucumber I think popping up, and I'm trying to grow some cut flowers as well. And it's just been so fun, just trying to figure it out, trial and error, When it comes to starting stuff from seed though, you truly have to like barricade it any which way that you possibly can, because it's absolutely just insane to keep things hidden from the critters out here. So I just cut some chicken wire and flipped a tomato cage that I had cut for the chickens upside down and just stabbed that into the terracotta. But as those sprouts grow, I'm going to create like a little cage that is growing with it as well, and hopefully we can grow some mammoth sunflowers out here and some cut flowers to the left. With the animals, there's always a lot of moving parts and projects that need to get done. Something that Erin and I are goaling before the colder weather comes in, which is probably end of October, is to build a whole new huge chicken coop for the ladies, and also like a pig palace for Mr. Leo that has all the amenities. So that way if he chooses to be indoor or outdoor, he has, everything at his leisure. What I'm doing here though is I have recently let Leo start to come into what is horse hall, but he can slip under the bottom like space into Mouse's stables. So I'm just basically making like a piggy buffer, and that way if he is roaming the property that is fenced off, he has full access, but he can stay safe. I've been sitting with this for a couple of days now, and this is a part of gardening, but we really have a true problem. Oh, a hummingbird. All worth it. That just made me very happy. But still, this is the price you pay when you're gardening, specifically in the desert, and we truly have like a rodent infestation, which is a problem we will deal with next episode. But you just saw the garden, and you guys, with so many like random stressful things and just my mentality lately, like the garden was such a fun place for me, and so now we need to start over because they broke in and ate absolutely everything, which is, I know, part of the deal, but they literally broke in. They nibbled the wood. Let me show you. Everything. They ate absolutely every single thing. Oh, and they're coming back in and digging holes, so that's super fun. Love this. Where did they break in? They literally popped the chicken wire. And do you see these little nibble marks? I'm sorry, why? Why? Let me live. In other news, I think we're growing corn randomly. Fun fact. That being said, and that being what is happening now, I need to do something for my husband and myself. And I keep talking him into doing a million projects at once, which really does need to stop. But this one I think is necessary. Like, we need an updated office. The office when the door is open looks so strange now that we did the hallway makeover. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice little space to work. If you guys have been here for the last couple of makeover videos, this is going to be pretty repetitive, but again, it's just a great reminder of what a couple of steps can do to truly transform a space. This is not reflective of the hallway that we just did, so I wanted to go ahead and update it. Also, it's really funny that Leo has to walk through this hallway, through the room, and into his closet, which is his, his spot he likes to be, his little nest, and so I always ask for piggy approval. First things first, you want to rip out the carpet and rip out the baseboards. And what we're going to focus on is sanding down, well, not me, Aaron. He is literally a professional at doing this. He's going to grind down the concrete floor to get it smooth, and we're going to finish it just like we did in the hallway video. They had some very sweet messages in the concrete. It's actually kind of a theme throughout the entire property. So we are going to still grind it down, but try to keep a couple of things like the owner's name or a couple of cute messages or drawings that they did. Skim coating, my old friend. I mean, my very current and consistent friend, honestly. We're doing the same thing. We are going to be just thinning out some of the joint compound using a roller to actually roll it onto the wall first, using that flat edge just to bring it down smooth. And we're kind of just going to repeat that in different levels, sanding in between to try to get as smooth of a surface as possible. Just remove that texture to just update it a little bit. When we started the living room, which I promise we are actually going to finish it, I promise. When we did the living room, I tried my hand at grinding concrete down, and Aaron has a ton of experience. I don't think it's that easy first time around, so if you are new to it, just go slow and steady and just try to keep that angle grinder even the entire time, like nice and level, back and forth. Don't focus too much on one zone. You kind of want to keep it moving and revisit. I wanted to take a quick break and tell you about today's sponsor, Makeover. You guys have heard me talk about Makeover before. It is the first and only human-grade, protein-rich raw food for dogs made with real ingredients you can see and name just by looking at it. How us humans eat affects our mood, behavior, energy levels. Same thing with the dogs. That's why I had the boys on Makeover for quite some time. I have just noticed such a huge difference in their coat and just overall health in general. I feed the boys this every single day and night, and sometimes a little bonus lunch, if you will. You can also do that for your animals. If you want to head to the link in my description or even scan the QR code and use my code Metz, you can get 20% off your first order. Not only do they have raw food that comes in the mail for you on subscription, but they got supplement bars, bone broth topper, and treats to choose from as well. I always say to you guys that my animals are my family and they deserve the best. And honestly, Makeover is just where it's at. So if you want to check it out for yourself, be sure to head over to the link in my description box or scan the QR code on the screen. Use my code Metz and get 20% off your first order today. Words cannot express how grateful I am for Aaron. I mean, he has just been working like absolutely overtime to help us here, but mainly me when I have an idea and I'm just like, wow, this is what I think I want to do. And then I go for it. It's been pretty hectic. I'm excited to slow down and fully focus on the living room solely and then kind of just focus on Aaron and his needs, like a shop, a studio, or whatever projects he'd like to do, because I've just been like rattling them off and I'm like, girl, you need to calm down. This was my first time adding low luster sealant, and I was trying to like work the material in with pressure, and Aaron informed me that you actually do the opposite. That's why you'll see streak marks in the bedroom because of me. And in the hallway, there aren't any streak marks because he kind of let the roller just float, not really work the material in, but just like let it glide until it's gone. Aaron had this slab of red oak that he cut down to size to just make a smaller and tidier desk. I hated how large the other table was. Also, I mean, it looked crazy. It looked insane. And so that's what he's measuring for and cutting down and prepping to bring in. I'm installing new outlets and we're switching them to black because it's going with the baseboards that we did previously, that blackened steel. And through this whole makeover, really the only thing that we had to purchase were the outlets, and we found this crate that we could not say no to because the color was just insane. So you'll see that in a bit, but very budget friendly, this little corner. Just a lot of work, a lot of work. We are doing a very similar idea to the dining room refresh when we made ledgers for those benches to rest and be secured into. We're just not adding a support because it ended up being strong enough. So what you see us do is just kind of figuring out what height we'd like it, because that's always the fun part, being able to customize the size, where, how the desk is going in. He whipped up these ledgers in like 0.5 seconds, and I love the curve. And something else that Aaron does to take it kind of a step further when you're installing something like this are adding leather washers. It just gives it such a nice elevation. My relationship to these flat, smooth walls, every single ding you can see, every single piece of grease, I don't even want to talk about it. Anyway, so we're doing those touch-ups. He came in and started sanding it down just to be way smoother and soften up the edges because it was a tad aggressive. And that is when we went in and added, I believe it is the Rubio Monaco Pure. It's the pure one of the Rubio. With this finish, you actually are supposed to use like a card scraper just to have it work more for you. It's not really recommended to use a sponge, so I just wanted to note that here. We picked up a pine dowel. Looking back on it, Aaron was like, we definitely should have used oak, but we digress. So I am adding that same finish to what is going to be the curtain rod. And what Aaron is doing is cutting down smaller dowels and going to drill into the back of it and then add what is basically like a double-sided screw to those little dowels to be the support for the rod. And we will just put those little dowels into anchors into the wall. Easy peasy. It has been a lot of work, like moving Aaron over completely, getting all of his stuff, but something that I really thoroughly enjoy is the fact that we're like blending our items and we have pretty similar aesthetic taste. He has way more of a collection of thrifted finds and beautiful pieces that I am pulling into this office space, and I am so grateful for. That is the teal chest that I was telling you guys that we could not pass up. So all the tech and stuff will be stored down there, and in that cake box I'm storing all of my camera gear, and it's just like functionally and cutely hidden. Aaron has taught me so much, but something that I really love that he's completing my brain is how to minimally but maximally pull things together. Like, it doesn't have to be super wild. It just has to be a really lovely blend of textures and tones.
What do you think, bud? Wow, snorts of approval, I see. Snorts of approval, because it's your room too, buddy.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this mini office makeover. I will see you very soon, or we will see you very soon for another DIY.